Hi, we're the K3, and this is our weekly watch list where we watch as many K-dramas as we possibly can in a given week and come back to you and report what we're liking, loving, and dropping. But before we actually do that, we like to just say hi and welcome to everyone out there, because Crash Landing on You brought a lot of people to our channel. So thank you, Hyungbin and Sunny-jin. We really appreciate it.
So if you haven't finished Crash Landing on You, you can go back to our previous weekly watch list, and they're all time-stamped. So you can go right to the show that you're watching. That way you won't be spoiled, or maybe you want to be spoiled.
Yeah.
But if you want to hear our thoughts, that's how you can do it.
And if you want to be super, super spoiled, you can go to our after chats where we basically got online with a bunch of other people who love the show as much as we all did. And we just talked about it for like 30 minutes plus.
It was so fun.
It was so fun. We had such a good time. So we're looking forward to doing that again with you. But this is our weekly watch list, so we got a lot of shows to get to. So let's get started. Okay. Monday, Tuesday. Romantic Dr. Teacher Kim 2. We're coming into the final 2 episodes.
We are?
Yes.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
This week.
One more week left after
That's
that.
it.
Wow.
We're already starting the chant of season 3, season 3, season 3.
Oh,
season 3.
really?
Yeah.
I was so confused this past week because K-drama time jumps.
Oh,
It's like he was kidnapped and then he was there. And I was like, wait, what happened?
And
That
they're
was
like,
earlier in the evening, but
11
no.
hours prior, and then this, and then that. Yeah, it was nuts. I do want a season 3. I don't know why. I just love these characters. They make no sense. They are wackadoodle, but I really, and I'm loving the fact that we finally got to Seo-jin and Chun Eun-jae's character. Like, I love the fact that she had his back through the whole episode.
Yes.
And she called them allies, and he's clearly into her, and you can kind of start to see that she's starting to be into him. But I love the fact that this has not been a forced relationship for 16 episodes.
That's very
it's
true.
just
Thank
been,
goodness.
It is. It's been really nice.
You're right. That happens so often.
Yeah.
They're not forced to live together.
That's a good one.
That happens a lot. But what I really liked was how she stood her ground for him, and she stood up to her emotionally abusive Sunbae. He is just the worst. He's part of that soul team. They're just ridiculous.
And I did enjoy that because I think what this show's done really well, maybe not really well, but I think I appreciate the fact that they've done it where they've brought in some real world, like ripped from the headlines kind of ideas, and they don't really dive deep into them, but they show you enough. And I think this was another one of those where they're showing that the hierarchy system just is not, it's not tenable. You just, you can't get shit done if you're constantly deferring to someone just because they're older than you.
Right. And Dr. Pak is gotta be the worst director. Not only does a patient die on his table, but he doesn't bother to tell the family.
Yeah, no.
It's like, I think they might have heard by now.
And did he,
From
he
whom?
didn't do anything to resuscitate.
staff.
He just stood there and then walked out. I was like, wait, isn't this your patient?
Was that not a plot point where he was intentionly letting someone die because of something?
No, this was the
just
primo patient that like
the
they
VIP.
He was the VIP.
VIP.
And he blew it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, the guy died.
He blew it and was told beforehand, you're going to blow it. You're going to blow it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a mess.
It was a
freaking mess. Yeah.
Wow, this show sounds like it makes no sense.
It makes zero sense, but I watch it every week, and every week I'm like, yeah, sure, I love it. I love it so much. I love these people so much. And we have to talk for, go ahead, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, is Young Se-jong appearing next week?
Yes.
Oh.
He came striding in right at the end, which was great. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Cameo.
But I think the true winner of these 2 last week's episodes was Manager Jong and his super spy skills. I have never been happier.
Sleight of hand, steal the paper out of the guy's pocket.
Hiding in the bar behind his hat.
Oh, I know.
I loved him so much, and he was so great. I was so happy for him. He was so proud.
He is such a clown. He's so funny.
I love these characters so much, and even if the show makes no sense and it is histrionic and soapbox, coon, like it's crazy town, right? Like here's one thing that just blows my mind, right? So Dr. Kim, right? Kim Sabu, he is supposed to be the greatest surgeon in all of surgery in the history of surgery, and he's supposed to be the one that we all turn to for the moral high ground. Yeah. And he resuscitates his buddy because even though he signed a DNR and saves him, and everyone's like, what? Like, dude, what is the first rule of doctoring? You have a DNR. You don't resuscitate.
No
That's
kidding.
the point. It's a legal problem at that point. Like, what is he doing?
But he didn't want to say goodbye to his friend, and that's why he.
Yes,
the former director, and they knew he was sick. It's like, oh my goodness, people.
Like you're the head doctor. Like, what are you doing? This is a bad precedent, dude. This is a bad precedent to set.
We'll just ignore these
So-
legal documents and ignore the patient's wishes. And
So again, small things that you just kind of go, what the hell is happening right now? But then at the end of the show, I'm like, oh, it's over. Damn it.
I'm sad. There's just one more week.
Right?
2 more hours.
Makes no sense. But by God, I need a season 3.
But yay. Thank
Yes.
God there was a season 2.
I know,
so
right?
It's so fun listening about
It
it.
is. It's so fun. I love it. It's such a great show. All right. And what else is a ridiculous? Oh my God. I had a panic attack this week with The Cursed.
Why?
Oh, where do we
Oh,
start?
my God, right? Oh,
Oh
my
no.
God. First and foremost, again, as you mentioned last week, Marisa, and I'm so glad you did, this is the same director from Train to Busan. So clearly an auteur when it comes to cinematography and horror.
Yes.
Scary
Right?
stuff.
Oh my God. So we got the backstory of our big bad,
Yeah.
right?
I know, right? That his former character is really him. It's so him. That's the Songdong-il you kind of know and expect.
It's kind of the, the hangdog kind of like,
Yeah.
it's okay. I mean, I just kind of failed. And, it is what it's yeah,
Mom, it's
come
all
on,
right,
It's
yeah.
all right. And, but really, like, you believe every moment of it because he's
Yes.
a great actor. And his mom basically, unbeknownst to her, is the one who causes all of this.
Right. She arranges for the shaman to perform a ritual. And then he's possessed by this evil demon, essentially, because the first time he picks up that little puppy.
I literally am like, not the dog, not the dog.
Little puppy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. I
So-
literally wrote in my notes, not the dog.
But so
and-
that's why you kind of understand that even though he's this powerful, evil devil who's so successful and wealthy, he's got this side to him that is completely cowering to this. I guess she's a
shaman.
She's a shaman as well that he's got on his team, and he really is deferential to her. She's interesting.
She is so good. I literally wrote her stuff down because she's so fantastic as the other shaman. It is Jo Min Soo. She is so good. She's funny in one turn, unbelievably terrifying in the next. And then when she does the shamanistic rituals, she is so into them that I actually believe I'm watching one.
Wow.
And I want to
Wow.
be there. Like she's amazing.
I know. And then she kicks her assistant around.
Exactly. He's oh my God, it's so good.
good.
But can we just give a poor shout out to Detective Yang?
Oh, our detective.
I mean, you knew it was coming the second she was like, "Did you quit yet?" I'm
I
like,
know.
I even wrote my note. I'm like, "Oh God, this is foreshadowing, isn't it?"
His wife, who's like 11 months pregnant.
11
and
is a
she's
good way to put it. She's like
she's
ready to just erupt.
You quit, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna quit, right? It's too dangerous. You're like, okay, he's gone.
Like you're like,
Oh,
no,
we've
done for.
That's
no.
not right.
Yeah, but the way he
the
went
way
out.
he went out, I was so stressed out. I was like, "Is he gonna live? Is he gonna live? He's gonna live. He's
Oh my
gonna live. He got out!
So
Yay!
he got
run,
the shit kicked out of him. He was tortured by these thugs from the shaman. And then, that death scene.
So he escapes. He busts. He fakes his own like passing out so that they go and take him somewhere else. And as the restraints are loosened, he fights his way out and goes running. And I'm like, oh my God, is he gonna survive? Yay!
But he takes the other guy with him. Oh my gosh. It
Oh
was
my God, he goes
amazing.
through the window with the other guy, and then he goes running, and you think he's gonna survive, but no,
No.
but no,
Because
evil demon guy blocks
right
in,
there.
Oh.
and
bye-bye.
Todd arrived.
Todd, yes,
Damn
Todd.
you, Todd!
Todd. That's right.
Todd.
That's right. He forces him. Anyways, so, but that's the motivation for our girl to our journalist to say to our shaman, our young female shaman, let's go after him because yeah, how many people have to die in order for her to get motivated to do this supernatural thing that who would believe in?
Yeah.
So
Well, I did appreciate in the show that she actually told her husband everything, even
Yes,
though he
that's
was like,
interesting.
"Hey, wackadoodle." But I thought for sure she was going to like hide it forever.
yeah.
But I loved the fact that even in episode 3, he was like, "I found the pen cap. What the fuck?"
yeah,
And she was like, "All right, here's the deal.
I think I caused.
I
his
think I
death.
caused it." And he was like, "Brr."
Yeah.
But then I think because Detective Young had the pen cap, and then that happened to him.
Yeah.
I think I'm looking forward to
Right.
kind of seeing the husband and wife kind of come together with
Yeah,
this.
because she said that pen cap is
Yeah.
cursed, essentially.
Yeah, basically.
You have
Gotta
to
get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was so stressed out, but it was so good.
It's really good.
I can't not watch it.
It's really good.
I love it so much.
I'm glad you guys love
Oh my God, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Oh, and that final shaman. If they give us a big shaman scene at the end of every week, I'm going to be so happy because they're amazing.
They are. The music, the movement, what
all
the
of it.
spirits they're calling.
The way they cut
so
back,
good.
and they always are cutting back and forth between our older shaman and our wee shaman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
And this curse didn't go well for our little wee shaman. So we're...
Yeah, high school is rough, right? Oh.
Yeah. When you're a shaman.
Especially when you're a cursor.
Yeah, the cursor.
The cursor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you guys, get on that one if you enjoy a good supernatural thriller, because it's so good.
It's so good.
Wednesday, Thursday, Money Game. Marisa, take it away. Does anything make more sense this week? Even Caitlin, our blogger over on our website, she's even like, I don't understand any of it, but for some reason, I'm still watching it and loving it.
Yes, me too.
Is that it? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fiscal policy involved and
Riveting.
maneuvering. It could be maneuvering because we're dealing with billion or trillions of won.
Yeah.
In terms of taxation of international investments, timing, that sort of thing. But then there are these real human moments, like Gosu's character goes through this. He gets so frustrated because he's trying to talk certain ministers into getting this tax passed, and he just didn't know what to do with himself. You could see all this amped up little boy energy in him, and he's looking for this moment of privacy, and he's in the bathroom and he's pacing, and all of a sudden does this handstand against the wall, and all these coins drop out of his pockets, and it was just this amazing human moment. It was really good.
Okay.
You're looking like, what?
Okay,
Of course,
sure.
he has a bunch of coins in his pocket. That kind of seems to
It was
fit that
just,
character.
it was just as hilarious. It was like, it was so like, oh my God, he is
Did
so
a
frustrated.
little yoga break.
Did we
Yeah.
did we find out more about why he joined our evil dude's team as his right hand man?
No.
Okay. Is there any sort of reveal building that he finds out that he killed his father?
Yes, because Lee Sung-min took a shotgun to a minister who had taken money from YeSeo to throw a delay in the discussion of this tax.
Okay.
So Lee Sung-min shot him in the leg. Like it was like
Sung-min is insane.
the dude is violent.
He's crazy.
So this was episode 12. So you
Okay.
know how that works in K-drama
Yeah.
land sometimes, that, we're setting the pieces up for the final 4 episodes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And have we found out more about? Because I saw.
And YeSeo got shot too.
Oh, by Lee Sung-min?
No, by, this is a recall to the first or second episode, the first time we see YeSeo. He basically told the leader of a poor African nation.
Yes, I remember that.
No, I'm not going to help you. No, I'm pulling this money out. We're calling in our net. We need the $200 million or whatever it was, and basically put the handgun in the hands of this leader who committed suicide.
Mm-hmm.
So his right-hand man, who became the leader of that country, so there's an ASEAN conference, and YeSeo is not supposed to be there, but he's there, and then he gets shot. But of course, our girl, Shim Young Kyung, almost gets in the way, and so he turns and takes the bullet, and so then everyone's like, so are you dating? Why did he do that for you? I'm like... Really?
Well,
It's simplistic.
Right.
Why is it always so reductive that if he did something nice for you, you must be dating?
Right.
It's like,
but that is my
anyways.
next question. Have we found out yet?
But he did
Because you said
something nice.
last week that he was kind of obsessed with her or
He is
into her.
obsessed
Do we know what that is all about yet?
I think it has something to do with his upbringing being like dirt poor. His mother worked in a laundromat. Now he offers her a job. He says to her, what is your value here? You're a bureaucrat. You're probably paid, $40,000-$50,000 dollars a year. I make $5 million. That's my worth. I can bring you with me. I can give you a job that pays you $1 million a year. And he knows what dire financial straits her family is in. And she's like, no.
Oh.
So,
yeah, I don't see her going that route.
no, she's not.
No,
Yeah, she's not a greedy person.
Interesting.
But why? I don't know. I think that's why he's so fascinated with her. But she's definitely different from other people working in finance, shall we say. So we'll see. 4 episodes left.
I eagerly anticipate how this wraps up.
Me too.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Juggernautville. People, let's get ready because we got a whole bunch to talk about. Tell me what you saw. We are about a week behind on this show because Viki's subs are taking so long. So if you are lucky enough to be caught up, we are not. I think we're only talking about 5 and 6 here, not 7 and 8. But with that being said, so dude gets hung by a metal noose that fell from the sky.
Wait,
and
what?
no one saw it and he didn't feel it until suddenly he's dead. Like
That's right.
that was crazy
How dare
town.
you.
I mean, it was
Paid
ridiculous.
drama, police officers,
Exactly.
detectives sometimes move a little slow.
I was like,
Oh, right.
Does
This
no
is that show where they kind of
Right.
stand and watch and like shock.
Yeah.
and no one races over to him to like disengage him.
Nope.
Nothing. They
No
all
one on
just
the
like,
crew.
There's
there's
just,
no one.
just
they're in it.
watching.
Everyone's just
They're
like,
They're in a television
Yeah.
studio.
it was
Wow.
bonkers and ridiculous. So that was my one big thing.
So visual though,
yeah.
right? This show with the visuals and the
Mhm.
death and the killings. It's so
So here's my question for you, Marisa, because you are a Jung Hyuk super fan. And I like him, but he cracks me up all the time because we're like
yeah.
we're like super like we're like I
kidding.
thought
The hair,
we were
the
at,
sunglasses
Yeah.
and the
Oh.
glare.
I thought we
Oh.
were peak Jung Hyuk before, but now that he is mobile because it's all been a fake out,
Oh,
The
Are you
blindness
s-
too?
all of it.
all of it.
Are you satisfied with this turn of events?
Well, I think it depends where it goes from here.
Okay.
Because now there are so many serial killers and abusers in this show. The country's overrun with
It's
them.
overrun with them.
So,
Right? It really is.
If this show is an accurate representation.
Yes.
drama.
Yeah.
Am I
just-
satisfied? I think it depends on where we go. But the thing is, okay, so the last time he did a show like this, he did Voice. And they
Right.
were looking for one serial killer
Mhm.
that was Kim Jae-wook.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
right.
it was.
Oh my goodness. That's a recommendation
Yeah.
if you like dark and
Mhm.
handsome men.
If you're into that serial killer vibe,
Yes.
totally recommend that.
Where do we go from here? I don't know. I don't
her private life.
I don't know. I think it depends on how. Thing is, he's still outside the police force. So,
He is.
and he's probably going to stay there. So, I don't know. I guess it kind of depends what this mentorship with the character played by Chae Soo-young turns out to be
Mhm.
like.
Given the police's level of aptitude, might they just want him as a constant
Oh
consultant?
no!
Oh,
Because
no.
no,
Oh,
the
no.
what
No.
do you call it? The chief hates him.
Hates,
Oh,
hates,
wow.
him. Hates him.
Yes.
So I think my only concern is I really enjoyed, I mean, I enjoyed the setup of the fact that he couldn't see and he could only hear. And so he needed to get reports back. And so I enjoyed that setup. And I feel like we've now just pivoted into a standard revenge crime drama. And so I think that's my only,
Possibly.
kind of the fun of it has been taken away.
Oh.
A little bit of that kind of what we talked about before. Like it's horrible and awful, but it was fun because it was ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
he's just listening in everywhere, and he's got the greatest sound system of any sound system, and he's got it's just he can get through all walls. It's amazing. But I feel like that fun is like now gone because
Oh.
he's mobile and can see and
For
doesn't
you.
need
For
yeah.
someone like me,
Okay.
who just loves seeing him striding around with an
True.
overcoat and his gentle monster sunglasses
Oh my
and
God.
his hair
Oh my god! Especially
His
in,
hair.
Right?
especially in slow mo as he came through into the police station.
and his attitude. He's basically just like, fuck you, everyone.
Yeah.
So okay, definitely enjoyable.
That's
for
why I
me.
wanted to ask because I just from a story standpoint, I'm kind of like
Story? What? Sure.
Sure.
Killers, bring them on. Pedophiles,
Alright.
bring them on.
Alright. I'm still in for another week. We'll see
Okay.
what happens because as you'll see because we're doing our can't wait to watch list this week. There are so many dramas coming in March.
That is very true.
So-
Hello, March.
So yeah, Jung Hyuk I might just bid him adieu until he actually officially becomes a vampire, and then I'll be all in. All right. And then Double X or XX had its finale,
Yes.
and I'm hearing great things about it.
I highly recommend this series. It's 5 hours, and it's just really a really great story of two young women trying to figure out what's important to them, who's important to them, who do they keep close, and how do you get revenge on your cheating exes with cocktails.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like their weapon of choice.
Really good.
Yeah?
Really good.
Okay.
But yeah, it was really good. And even the gay roommate, his ex cheated on him too. There's like just cheating all over the place in this show.
And was it a satisfying ending then?
Yeah, really satisfying
okay.
ending.
I think that's worth 5 hours.
oh,
A
yeah.
5 hour quickie binge that's satisfying.
It's so different. The vibe, if you've been watching it, am I wrong? The vibe is amazing. It's really different. The music is really great. The close-ups of when they're like mixing the cocktails was really well done. And I think it was really good.
Excellent. All right, putting that on the binge list.
Yes.
Heck yeah. My Hollow Love. I finished it and Karen's at the halfway point.
I'm halfway.
What,
and
what do you
I'm
think?
still really enjoying
Are you
it.
right?
Yeah.
It's super easy. Like there is no heavy lifting here. There is no great, reveal. There's no, it's just
pretty standard.
it's
but
just super standard.
Yoon Hyun Min though is.
I love him
I
so
keep forgetting
much.
it's two different. I mean,
Right?
they look exactly
Yeah.
the same as the story dictates, but I'm just like, wow, he's really good. Wow, he's really good. I'm like,
So he had good chemistry with himself too.
He did.
right?
He really did.
Yeah.
Like he just,
when he's talking to himself on screen,
You think he's talking to another person. Like he just did a really nice job.
Yeah.
And so I just, when it got over, I mean, I was ready for it to be over because at this point there's just nowhere else for it to go. But it was a super easy breezy romantic comedy. And thank God she doesn't end up like with the hologram.
oh, yeah.
That
Oh boy,
that
if you had
yeah,
come here
yeah,
today
no,
saying she ends up with a
no.
hologram, I would have been like, on to the next
yes.
show.
So that's why I'm letting you all know this. We all kind of know where it's going, but in case you're expecting a big twist, there is none.
I'm glad. And because the twist I'm worried about, which is whatever, it's just my fandom of Che Yo Jin, his Nuna, his older sister.
I love her so
she,
much.
She survives till the end, right?
Karen, yes.
Okay, I'm just checking.
I guess I shouldn't poo-poo that. It is a K-drama. It's possible a Todd could come out of nowhere.
Because what's his face's
Yeah.
dad, the
Yeah.
president, is like he uses violence.
He's
So
awful.
He's mean.
This one is so it's so easy breezy, like
Lighthearted.
it's so lighthearted. Like all the tragedy happened before our show even started, and that's it. So yeah, it's super easy. You can watch it if you just need something to like just watch to kind of calm yourself down. And super sweet. That's perfect. It's perfect way to wind the day down
before I go.
Exactly.
Especially if I'm watching one that's more serious or a little bit more angsty, then I'm
perfect.
like, I'll just do half of an
Oh yeah,
episode.
it's perfect for that.
I'm excited to finish it.
And those two, the two leads, I forget her name, Go Sung Hee. They had really sweet chemistry. I really dug it. So yeah, I do highly recommend it as a binge or just kind of filler until you find something that really is your jam.
Oh right, because all the episodes dropped at once.
All
right
at
on
once,
Netflix.
yeah.
Very good.
So you can just kind of leave it there and come
binge
back
available.
to it. Yeah, it's totally good. All right, next up is Forest. People are either losing their minds over it on Twitter or are like, I don't know what's happening. Yeah, or like it's too tropey. What's the word?
It is very tropey.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that's great. I couldn't get past the first half hour of this week. There were just too many tropes, and she was such a typical female who gets hysterical, but she's really competent and the patients love coming to her. It's just this dichotomy that I was like, I'm not buying this anymore.
Yeah.
And then same with him, because at one point he's, major financial, developer guy. And then another moment he's like goofy. And then another moment he's like working for the forest rescue team. And, there's all sorts of jockeying and, posturing, among all of the men there. So I don't know. It was
Seems
just
like a lot of
sounds like
moving parts.
a little all over the place.
yeah, I mean, no more than your typical trope-filled K-drama, but, and he did have his shirt off. There was a shower scene this week.
Oh.
Have they kissed yet?
Well, I
'Cause
watched
we're
that.
We're halfway
Yeah,
through.
they've kissed.
Okay.
They've kissed.
And it was
Oh, and then she
I saw it
regretted it.
online.
Oh.
It was a pretty good one.
It was
Like
a
that
very
one.
good
It
kiss.
was, yeah.
It was a very good
It was an
kiss.
adult kiss.
It
It
was
was.
JTBC. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So
JTBC,
I don't
nice.
know. I put it aside. It hasn't really. It's not ringing my bell this week.
All right.
Mhm.
ITAEWON class. We are at the halfway point,
That was fast.
right? Very fast.
Yeah.
Did you have how do I even say this? I don't even know how to say it without being
I find parts of it really challenging.
really challenging.
Mhm.
And Kim Da-mi's character is atrocious.
Okay.
And I am hoping that she's supposed to, this is her arc to not be atrocious, but she's just getting to the point where she's so awful that
She's his first love. Who went
No,
to
no.
She's the
This is the
20-year-old
20-year-old
social
manager.
influencer
Oh.
who's a manager.
sociopath.
Yeah.
Somebody calls her that way.
Yeah.
She is really, but
Yeah, but listen, this whole racism issue, and to put her on the wrong side of it, and for her to make this pivot so quickly, I was like, and then she shows up in the chairman's office. I'm like, her instincts are all wrong.
Yeah.
And I get the storyline of Park Seo-joon believing in her and but finally confronting her, like, you're not getting it. We are a family. This is the whole reason that his restaurant exists. It's his dream. And her 20-year-old bravado is just making me.
I wrote in my notes numerous times, she's just mean. She's just she's just a heartless, mean
and they say
person.
That.
They say that.
But he still loves her, our puppy.
Yeah, I had a really hard time with, kind of like you said, like she just made this small pivot, but she's only doing it, and she said it to the puppy. She said it to what I wrote his name down, sorry. Gung-soo, I think is his name. She's basically said to him, I'm doing everything possible to just stay by the boss's side because I'm in love with them, so don't get in my way. She's not doing it because she actually feels that Tony Kim should be allowed in these places. She's doing it because Park Seo-joon's character believes he should. And so I just had a really difficult time with the happy, like, music when she suddenly made this change, because the racism is a problem in Korea. It's a problem in almost every country, but there's a huge problem in Korea with racism, and Tony Kim is a Korean, but just because he's black, they're saying he's not Korean. And I thought that was a really big, it was just a really big story point, to get not brushed under the carpet, but to be so quickly, for her, just because she posted it on her Instagram, she suddenly became a savior when she's just being an asshole about it. She's not doing it because she genuinely feels like, sorry, I'm just really,
but then for everyone in the restaurant to be like, she's come around.
She's got it.
I'm like,
she got
it. Come on.
Ooh, it was just, I really had a hard time with it this week.
So I'm a couple episodes behind, so I'm right to the point where she's decided she likes Park Seo-joon's character, and you see her jealous look when he's interacting with his first love. And
it's interesting. So
I can see how she's.
I'm wondering if there's like an age divide here, because I see comments on Instagram, and a lot of people are really team Kim Da-mi, because they don't like Nara's character because she waffles so much. I love Nara's character because Kim Da-mi to me just seems like a 20-year-old who just doesn't know shit at this point,
but thinks they know everything.
Because that's everything.
That is the quintessential 20-year-old experience. I know enough to be dangerous, and therefore I'm right and everybody else is wrong.
I have a little bit of social power, and I'm going to use it.
Exactly. It totally makes sense that she's a social influencer, because she thinks she gets so many accolades and so much support for her opinions and her style and her aesthetic. Yeah. But that's not real life, and that's what they're trying to show in this drama, with issues of racism. Within issues of transgender and self-identity, with issues of money and power, and what is power, and our found family. So it's like, so there are moments where I'm just like, really? It could have been handled a little better. Yeah. I don't know. I like that they're even tackling it. That's good. So I think that's my thing, especially that was my thing. Like, and I think I even wrote in my notes, like, I was like, is this part of her arc where she actually finally realizes that she's kind of an asshole, like, for real? Or is it,
I hope so.
It's just, so that
she's striding into the chairman's office at the end,
with that little smirk. Know. Again, it's the midpoint. We still have a 4-year jump to go.
We're not to current.
We haven't done that yet.
Because that's the thing. The whole maneuvering with the property, she's on the wrong, her instincts are all wrong. So for her to already be in the chairman's office, we don't know what's going to happen. So, but to pivot back to your comment about Nara, I love her character. Yeah. And I'm loving the way she's portraying it. Yes. Because she, so far, regardless of where you think she is, where she waffles, she's never lied to him. No, and that's what I love about it. And she's pretty self-actualized about it. She's like, I know that I'm conflicted. Exactly. I know that this is happening, and I don't know what to do. And he continually tells her, and that's what I really love about their relationship, which is why I think they're just a better fit if we're going to go a romantic route. I don't even think we have to at this point, but if we do, I don't want them to somehow figure out a way to make the Kim Da-mi character palpable, because she's not good for him. I know. At all, in my personal opinion. But I like the fact that he's like,
what I really liked about you is how independent you were, and you always made your own choices.
Right. And fight for yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have to fight for either side.
Yeah.
Fight for yourself.
And so,
isn't he the best?
Yeah, and he's kind of saying you're on your own path.
Yeah.
Be on your own path.
And so, so there's just a lot of that.
Yeah. So
I had some issues this week for sure.
And I'm also wondering, so the chairman is spending an awful lot of time, and Nara calls him out on it, an awful lot of time on, what is, Paksori. Is that how you pronounce his name? Seiroi? Park Seo-joon's character.
Seiroi, yeah.
Yeah.
Park Seiroi.
Like, why is the chairman so obsessed with him? You know, he's got this multi-billion-dollar corporation, and he's buying up buildings in Itaewon to crush this bug. And it's like, I guess that's the story.
I think that's the story. I mean, my theory is because his son's a fucking punk and is useless, and he sees this kid. He sees this kid that basically grew up with nothing and is doing so much better, and he wanted him for his son.
Stood up to him.
And I mean, that's kind of. I think that's standard. I think to me that's the most standard. That's the standard. That's the most story standard in this whole show.
Because what I see is actually a bigger societal issue of, again, hierarchy and how do you run a company?
Exactly.
Because you've got this old school top-down management. I'm sorry, I'm throwing up my business school stuff here. But with Park Seo-joon, it's an inverted triangle.
Yeah.
It's where the boss is at the bottom and the customer is at the top of the pyramid, and that you've got buy-in from everyone who works for you as true partners. And that's exactly what you see in this little restaurant versus the old school, you know, get on your knees and apologize to me. So that's fascinating. It does seem so uneven.
Yeah.
Poor Park Seo-joon just trying to make his restaurant a success. And I know he's only got a certain amount of money to play with. It's either sitting here in stocks, or it's sitting here, he bought a building.
Yeah.
Which is it cursed? I don't know.
Right. Oh, well, I thought that was an interesting moment.
It was
an interesting beat.
Like,
are we gonna have another shaman?
Yeah, I know, right?
Show?
She's like, every business that's ever gone into this building has failed. Here, take my card. And she's like a loan shark. I'm like, oh, okay.
I know.
That's interesting.
For a minute, I thought, she's a shaman and she's going to want to do a ritual.
Right?
But it's like,
So,
the show.
It's
sticking with it.
Oh, for sure. I'll finish it
I mean,
because I kind
too.
of just need to know where it ends. But it's.
And a lot of you out there wanted us to do an after chat for ITAEWON class. So let us know how you still feel about that.
Yeah, we'll look into that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's ITAEWON class. And now we got Hi Bye Mama. Shannon, it seems like it missed all of our radar, not our radar, but we ran out of time this week, except for Marisa caught like a half hour, but promise you that next week we'll have some thoughts on it for sure.
I don't think this show is for me.
There's one thought.
I know it did like gangbusters. It did really well on its nights. I believe the ratings in South Korea were pretty high. But I don't know.
I like who's our lead? EQ Hyun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
like him a lot.
He's so inept and scared, and he wasn't doing it for me. But Kim Tae-hee, she's delightful, totally delightful as a ghost. But I don't know. I'm not really feeling the story, I think.
I know very little about it, but I will check it out and report back next week.
There you go.
Yes. This Hyena was everything I had wanted for this show and then some. Did you watch it? Oh, Karen, it was so good. It's so good.
Time.
Oh,
she smart woman.
she's horrible.
I know.
She's horrible.
I know. The con was good.
The con
though.
was
it was
so good.
Deep and long and good.
And poor Juji Hoon is so heartbroken.
I love it. I'm gonna take back my $20,000
Oh my God, you're hilarious. You're like, I love it. If this was flipped, we would be like, oh, because the guy got totally conned. We're like, go girl power. But I'm like, oh, puppy, I felt so bad. Like,
she's a desperate woman.
Absolutely.
With a very questionable morality.
Oh, absolutely. So I do enjoy that. Like, I'm really enjoying like so much of what this show is, but I do hope that it doesn't just become like wacky antics of them being confrontational, because the way they set up the show is she betrayed him at like every level. And it's like I need there to be some sort of resolution there.
Well, we're only on the first two episodes.
I know.
So,
I'm just saying. people are like, I love their bickering and their bantering. I'm like, yes, but
yeah,
because bickering and bantering.
Bickering and bantering is great unless you basically con this guy into falling in love with you only to get a doctor's note.
Steal some
documents because you are her defending lawyer against him. He doesn't know that, and then in the middle of court, it's revealed.
Totally illegal.
Yeah,
totally illegal.
Completely. Because what they haven't tipped is whether she actually had any true affection for him at all.
Yeah,
right.
Well,
no clue.
I think there could be some story there.
But even her assistant is like, "You're the worst,"
yes.
and I'm like, "I'm team assistant on this one." But I loved it. I loved it so much. I was all in. But I just think Juji Hoon is just doing he's so good in this.
So, but there was this really wacky moment. I'm like, this is a typical K-drama where it's not a single genre.
Right.
Because it's a courtroom drama and it's a law firm drama, which is a workplace drama, but there's a con going on. And it's also violent because she gets beat. She's almost killed by this thug. But she's so kick-ass.
She's kind of amazing.
Yes.
I think it's not even that she's kick-ass. She's just feral.
That's a good term.
She's just feral, and she's kind of terrifying.
That's the name.
Oh, can we just stop for a hot second? Do you know who originally was attached to this project? Who was supposed to play this role?
Was this the
Sun Hye-kyo? Can you? No,
because you have to get down and dirty.
That would have been. It's hard for me.
I'm so glad she turned this down.
She's
because
extremely talented, but that is hard to picture.
No,
Kim Hae-soo was born for this role.
That singing scene was hilarious. She's going for it. But there was this moment where Juji Hoon and the other attorney, the smarmy one, was in his office, and Juji Hoon knocks over his.
It was really odd. It was really weird.
It was very weird and wacky.
It was really like rom-commy. It was kind of like
so
wacky comedy.
You expected sound effects.
Yeah.
So,
but I did love seeing, and I don't have his name in front of me, but I love seeing Juji Hoon's assistant is his.
He's so funny.
Is the
Kim Ho Jung?
Kim Ho Jung.
Is that right?
I think so.
No, that is wrong.
No, wrong one.
Wrong one.
I don't have photos. Or do I? Hold on.
Jun Suko,
who's also in Kingdom, and I
funny.
love kind of seeing them.
Oh, you
play.
have them?
Yeah. Sorry,
You're hiding them away.
I had them. I had pictures.
Jun Suko is also in Kingdom, and so it was kind of fun to see that kind of, he plays the bumbling
he was in Chocolate also.
Was he? Oh,
my gosh! Yeah. He looks really familiar.
He's very funny in this.
He's very funny.
Oh my gosh!
I like him a lot.
Fun.
Yeah,
love to see him in a comedic.
I like this show a lot.
I like the show a lot, for sure.
She is 12 years older than Juji Hoon.
Yes.
She looks fucking awesome.
Wow. Is she really?
She's 49.
What?
Yes. Yeah, she was born in 1970.
It's my team.
We started dressing you in
my
tracksuits.
Team, right? I was wearing tracksuits. Exactly.
Yeah. Tracksuits next.
There's so many tracksuits. Yeah. I need that first wig she had.
Yeah.
That was really beautiful.
Here's my question though. If that was a wig, and it was obviously a wig,
would it not have come off?
Would it come off
at some
point
during
sex?
During sexy times?
I'm just saying. She like a thing like super glued to her head.
Maybe she's also a special effects makeup artist.
Maybe.
And that will be revealed later.
Possibly. But yeah, she's amazing. And I did. There was so much to really enjoy, but I have to say, the chemistry with Juji Hoon, those two together is on freaking fire. And I can't wait to see where else it goes.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yay! Oh my God, you guys. So another beefy Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Thank you so much for coming and joining and checking in with us. Again, welcome to our channel if you haven't been here before. We're the K3. I'm Jen.
I'm Karen.
I'm Marisa.
And if you want to get caught up on any of the other shows that we are currently watching from weeks before, you can check them out right here at our weekly watch list. And we will see you next week. Bye!